I have a theory that I made up. You thought this is important. And my theory also has one of these. And two of these. Do you want any further elucidation? Take that. That's On this axis, I put the word me. And on this axis, I put the word we. This is the me-we. Now, there are times when we feel very me, and there are times when we feel very we. There are times when we feel too much me. There are times when we feel too much we. We? When we feel too much we're into like mob psychology and craziness from the whole masses of everything, right? That's the mob over here, too much we. And what happens is that the me is gone. Yes? Too much me, and we get into something, I think if I were a psychologist, I would call it alienation. Right, because there's the we, and here's me, and I don't know from the we, and I can't find the we, I'm outside of the we, I'm all by myself, nobody cares about me, where is everybody? That's not a good place to be. There's even a worse thing than this and that, which is another word from, I don't know what it means, word, close to Mosca Musta, which is called anomy. And I think anomy means that you don't even feel anything. You're so beyond, you're like really, oh boy, with the me, you're so into the me, so isolated that you just can't connect even with yourself because you've become so alienated. And the same thing is true when you get so much into the we. So it's like, I mean, we do a lot of things to get people into the we. We get people to march, right? I mean, it's very cool. When you march, you don't feel so much like you're marching into enemy fire, right? Because you're marching and you're all, hey, we're all marching together. And but I'm still marching and there's everybody else, I mean, it's just really amazing because it does transform your psyche. You stop thinking about the me in this situation, even though people are getting shot right around you. You are part of the big we. And the same thing is true over here, right? That you get so isolated, so that sometimes being in the me is very important. Sometimes you want to direct people back, focus on yourself, meditate, separate yourself from all the other people. That's good for a little while, but then it gets, if you take it too seriously, all of a sudden you're lost. So, then comes the whoopee channel here, where the me and the we are somehow so in balance, so nicely together, that I have a name for it. And I would call it whoopee, but that's not it's your term. I call this co-liberation. Co-liberation, because we're freeing each other. We make each other more free. It's like when I'm with my wife, and somehow I mean, sometimes it's just like smiling at her and see her smiling at me. Sometimes it's making a meal together. There's something about it where we feel freer to be ourselves. We so much recognize the me that each of us is, that our very union celebrates the separateness, the uniqueness of each individual. That's co-liberation. I've experienced that a few times, even in business meetings. You know, where like suddenly, like you find yourself talking, you didn't really mean to be the one that was talking, but you find yourself talking and you're in the meeting, everybody's very quiet. And you notice that they're really paying attention to you. And the more they pay attention to you, the more brilliant your words seem to be. You know, all of a sudden you find yourself really in some other plane of intelligence that you can hardly ever access by yourself, because there's a co-liberation going on. They are freeing you to speak from the depth of your wisdom, to speak from the depth of your understanding. And you, because you're speaking to them, are freeing them to question you if they wish, to respond to you, to be present in your understanding. That's co-liberation. Co-liberation is what makes laughter yoga work. Because if, God forbid, you were laughing alone, it would not be such a good thing. If, God forbid, everybody was laughing so hard that they forgot themselves, it would also not be a good thing. But if they're laughing so hard because they are feeling that they're being laughed with, if they are laughing so hard that there's a resonance between their laughter and the people who are laughing with them, so it increases and enlarges, that's co-liberation. I'm guessing, I don't know, but because I'm not a laughter yoga specialist, I can tell you from games, however, that's exactly what happens. When you're playing a good game, when you're having fun, there's this amazing experience of co-liberation. There was a guy named Bill Russell. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He was in the Boston Celtics. He was the big player in the Boston Celtics. And he was talking about playing, he was in the championship. And he was playing a game against some other team. And he reports that he wrote a book called Memoirs of an Opinionated Man. Isn't that cool? And he was talking about that particular game, and he was saying, you know, as much, I mean, it was for the what do you get when you win the basketball trophy thing? It's not the Heisman, it's not, what do you get? You get a lot of money.
It's a championship.
National.
So it was a championship game. And he said, I couldn't help feeling unhappy that the other team wasn't playing better. Right? All the extrinsic motivation, all the potential reward that he could have gotten, he didn't, was not worth to him playing a game that didn't feel like a real challenge, because the co-liberation was gone. Because in a good game, the co-liberation not only comes from your team, but from your opponent. So that's what I wanted to talk about.